Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So what we've got going on today is Blankos block party, and they now have crypto payments supported in the marketplace. So this may seem like a fairly small thing for those of us who are spending too much money on on Blankos NFTs. It's actually pretty interesting because previously everything's been done through fiat currencies and credit cards. Which is obviously sort of limiting. Some people don't have credit cards. Some countries maybe not supported through that sort of fiat gateway. And the other thing is, some people, have crypto that they would prefer to spend rather than sort of going through credit cards. I mean, it's just if you're providing more sort of access and more ways of doing things, then obviously that makes things easier in general for more people. So the sort of the one issue with Blankos and how they're doing it is they're doing it through this system, this sort of custodial wallet called Uphold. So Uphold is pretty well known. I mean, I was sort of lucky that I already had an Uphold account. So Uphold is a mobile or a web-based sort of centralized. It's sort of like an exchange. It's sort of a bit weird actually because you have crypto on it. You can have they do sort of stocks on there. You can have things like gold, commodities. So it's kind of slightly one of these sort of in between sort of real world. It's not like I suppose a bit like sort of Robinhood and Revolut have these sort of things as well. I mean, it's broadly similar, I guess, but this is more sort of crypto focused, I suppose. So you do to do this crypto stuff. At the moment, you can't just sort of you can't just pay with ETH via MetaMask. I mean, that may be sort of where it ends up going in future. But at the moment, you have to have an Uphold account. Uphold, you have to go through the KYC. You have to put in your prove your identity. So it is a sort of a centralized system from that point of view. But it does it does sort of work sort of really well. So let's go and have a look and see how it works really well, as I'm saying. So I've changed now here to the marketplace. So this is the Mythical Games marketplace where all the NFT Blankos are on and accessories as well. And you have to create obviously an account with Blankos to do this. So at the moment the marketplace is just available via web. It's not available via the game because it's sort of two separate things. You don't really want to fire up the game and load all that up just to do marketplace stuff. So at the moment that's through web. So Blankos in general is in early access still, is what they call it, early access. There's about, I can't remember, is it 64 roughly, I think now. 64 basically these characters, and we can see here they each have a sort of have a designer, they have a season, they have how many have been minted, and then that you have the serial numbers. So Altitude was pretty early one, and I think he was, I'm trying to remember. I think when you bought him from the shop, he was like $10. So now we can see the cheapest one is $40. It's this serial number. Most expensive one, I mean, this is just sort of a made-up number. I don't think anyone's going to buy number 7 for $57,777. But obviously, people can set their prices whatever they want. So I'm not going to buy one, but let's just sort of go through the process. So let's pretend we're going to buy this one. So I click on this and go through my sort of purchasing system here. So we can see here it will say there's if you're selling stuff, it sort of sits in this mythical balance. So the in Blankos you also have a custodial wallet. So when you're buying and selling stuff, sort of you will be able to sell for cryptocurrencies as well. But at the moment it's just through fiat. So if you're selling stuff up to this point, you basically the money's gone into your mythical balance, which then you can transfer out to a bank account, or you can use it to buy more Blankos. I've got a credit card on here as well, and now you can see here that it's showing this is my Uphold account. So you can see here this little symbol is Uphold account. So you can see here I actually got quite a bit of Sol, the Solana token. This is a bit of a random account actually. I got some Decred. And I've got some various other things here. So I've got some Atom, not very much really. I wasn't really using the Uphold account very much. But we can see here, obviously, I haven't got enough money to buy 57,000 $1 thing, so we can get rid of that. Or so I could go in, maybe I need to be a bit cheap and go and buy a $40 one. So I choose $40, and now we can see I can choose what I'm going to spend. So I could use my Sol, and obviously if I spend that, I'm spending $40 a Sol. So effectively, the Uphold account is selling that off for me, and that's how the payment system works. I can use some Decred. What else could I use? I could use some Balance or some Uni or something, whatever I've got. Not going to do that. So that's sort of how that system works. So it's pretty smooth. You have to have sort of Uphold set up. I think that's pretty straightforward. With every centralized account, there's always people always get stuck with verification. That's just sort of an issue that people do have, but generally I found it pretty straightforward. We can also have a quick look at the on the Uphold side of the system, what it looks like. So this is my Uphold wallet, and we can see here. Obviously it's showing the same sort of thing. Showing my sort of balance. Obviously that's the same balance as it shows within Blankos. I've got mine in pounds rather than dollars, and we can go through. See, there's probably some sort of some stuff. So actually, it's interesting. So you can see here. Occasionally I get some BAT in, because we'll go look at the integrations in a minute. But so occasionally I get some small amount of BAT sort of coming in, and then I did actually yesterday spend. So I sold 14.2 Sol tokens to buy something on the Mythical marketplace. So I actually bought a sort of rare Blankos NFT, a low serial number NFT. So I did. That was the first time I used it. And I probably wouldn't have done that on a credit card, so that was sort of interesting. And if we go here, look at integration, so we can see here, this is my Uphold wallet. And one of the reasons you have Uphold is you can sort of integrate into these other sort of Web3 applications. So you can see here, I'm connected to the Mythical marketplace. I'm connected to Brave Rewards. So Brave is the sort of crypto browser, and you can set that up. So I think that's set up for my YouTube account. So if people are using Brave and going to my YouTube account, then if you set up the Brave system, you basically earn some of the BAT token every month by just using the Brave browser, because you basically get adverts sort of thrown at you, or you can opt out of that, and then you can choose to then redistribute those BAT tokens to the websites you're looking at. So it's quite a nice system, worth checking out. So you can see I've got those two connected, and so that's how those two just automatically, when I automatically get the Brave rewards every month, my £3 or whatever, and then if I go into Blankos now, then you can see that that's all already integrated in. And there's other things I could do. So Vcoin, which is the stable coin for the IMVU sort of meta world, whatever, social world. Some other ones here. I don't know what these ones are. Probably need to check them out. Block rewards, skill gaming, a whole bunch of stuff. So there we go. And then we can just see this is obviously showing the same thing that we saw within Blanko. So I think it's a pretty nice application. Obviously, it's not full decentralization. It's not buying stuff with your MetaMask. Really, Mythical Games is not really about that, at least at the moment. I think they're looking towards adding more decentralization as they go. But I think they're very clear that they want to sort of maintain the sort of legal sort of restrictions as they are around this sort of stuff. They want to know sort of who's buying and selling stuff. They still have the thing where if you buy and sell, you pay tax depending on what sort of where you are in the world. So they sort of deal with sort of local sales taxes and all that sort of thing. So they are very conservative from that regulatory point of view. If some people don't like that, that's fine. They can go, and there's plenty of other NFT sort of projects that you can sort of mess around with. Personally, I just quite like Blankos, so I'm not too bothered. Although obviously I do see the restrictions in there. So anyway, that was the video for today. I do think sort of it's good. I like to see these centralized projects becoming more decentralized, and I think this is a good step. I wouldn't say it's massively significant. I don't think really for most people, but I think over time, allowing people to have more options to interact with these blockchain systems is clearly going to be the way stuff's going to go. So in 10 years' time, I think sort of everything will be open, but we're not there yet. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and see you again soon.